She said, let's go with you. Yep, yep.
Hey, what's up? Congratulations.
Thank you.
So let me take you through that last possession. Eric decides to go on the fly. What are you thinking? What are you looking for?
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't shocked, but I didn't expect for him to like say go ISO. um to be totally honest, I'm not a big ISO player. Like that's not really my cup of tea. But in the last year or so, especially in this season, I'm seeing that like that's something I just have to get comfortable with. My teammates have the utmost confidence in me to make the right play, whether it's to dish it when need to be dished or go score. And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like as a player, you know your spots, and I just wanted to get to one of my spots, and Skylar just happened to foul me, and I had two big free throws. Every free throw we take is big, but shout out to Coach McGee. She challenged me to get to the line, and I got that opportunity to seal the game with my team.
Throughout the night, you've been kind of getting to the rim a lot. That time you decided to pull up, kind of what it means to that thought.
You know, I really don't know. I gotta go back and watch the film. But also I'm aware that Skylar likes to be aggressive and eat space up. So if I were to just elevate, it's either gonna be, I can live with the shot or well, she did. She fouled me. Because you gotta have space for the shooter to get the ball up. So she hit me on my elbow and that's all she wrote. But credit to Seattle. They literally brought it down to the last final shot. They're home. They haven't been home in a while. I think we were their last game before they came back home. And not gonna lie, after that Seattle loss at home, we all had a vengeance to get them back because we knew we were right there, but we self imploded ourselves, so we were able to get it back.
It's so tough when minutes change so much for you. You get an opportunity today, and you were out there all over the place. Just what did you feel today? What worked well for you today?
Autumn.
Yeah, you just kind of have to be ready. You know what I mean? So today comes from maybe the last week of just practicing hard and staying ready. And I feel like I was just going with the flow, and the flow was going well. Could have kept my head a little bit more, but I think that I have really great teammates around me. People who don't come up to me and help me, they encourage me to channel that energy, and one of them is definitely Slim, Steph, etc. Numerous leaders who keep my head up, and I appreciate it because in the moment I just wanted to help my team, and I think we all did a collectively good job at that for that win.
Kira goes down, and you got to step up. Kind of what goes through your mind at that point?
Well, when Kira went down, I was thinking about Kira. Honestly, I felt bad. I was hoping she was okay. And again, I was just afterwards, just paying attention to the game and being ready for when I got on the floor.
I'll ask for about a moment between you two after the game. So you kind of go up and grab her head for a second. Can you share what you said?
That's how you come back. It's a thing that I tell a few people on our team and be like the more passionate players. I saw on the Netflix show Receivers, Amon Ra, one of his teammates came up to him and he was upset because he didn't go to the Pro Bowl or something like that or get selected. And he said, I don't like the dog that you're feeding. Like feed the right dog. And so I took hold to that. And that's basically what I told him, like feed the right dog. Like when you get mad, nothing comes of it but negativity. But when you channel it, you go get an award, you go get a stop. I think once we had that conversation on the bench where I was like, let that shit go and go get it back. She had like 3 or 4 possessions alone, like by herself. But that's what you do, and that's what you do as a pro. And M's not a rookie. So, it's time to turn the corner. And, there is no excuse anymore. Use that emotion for good and not for bad because we've all been in that place. I'm still working on it, but I'm getting better at it so I can be able to help, my teammates like him to just get over that hump and like let that shit go. It's easier said than done. My gosh, it's easier said than done, especially when you care. But we realized in this game, every time our emotions got out of whack, we got out of whack. Every time we stayed solid and we stayed within ourselves and with each other, we scored. We got to stop. We did what we needed to do. So we just got to build off of that.
I'll stick with you for a quick second. I mentioned, she was just thinking about Kira. I know how close you guys are and the process with her. You see her kind of go down. It's like, shit.
It's just a series of unfortunate events. But that is the ugliness and the beauty of this game, where you have the opportunity to step up for your teammates when they go down. Kira gives her all when she's on that court. So it's only right that when she stepped off, the next people who came in place, like M, step up and do their just due. And then if you want to have a joke to it, it was like, shit, we got to win this game because Kira going to talk a lot of shit. She's going to talk a lot of shit to us about losing this game, especially the way we had it. She was one of those voices in the locker room at halftime that was like, yeah, all that kumbaya stuff sounds good, but we need to turn this corner and we need to do what we was doing in the first quarter.
So for me,
Thank you. Dan?
Hey Emily, hey Slim.
Hey.
Emily, starting with you, Slim took us through the possession that led to her free throws. But can you take us through that last defensive stop on Nneka there?
When you poke the ball.
Oh yeah. I like this one. Yeah, I mean, we had a good game plan. And I was kind of, for a second before the ball went in bounds, I took a step back to make sure that, if she set a screen, my guards had a chance to get through. And then I kind of just saw her peel right back to the ball, and I was like, oh shit, like she's going for the shot, so stick with her, hands up straight, and she brought it down low. So I picked at it. It's been working all game, so it worked again. Glad it wasn't a foul. But yeah, I just went with my instincts, and it worked out.
And for you, you've had some big scoring games this season. Had a strong game the other night against LA too. Just as you over the course of your season, how do you feel like you've grown? Looking back all the way to May, and now you're here, making that impact at the end.
Well, Jen, I mean, I only played one game.
Sorry, I meant Emily. My bad.
Oh, that's what I'm like. I'm like, I only played one game, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a journey. And I'm really grateful to be doing the journey with this team for real. Again, I just try to stay ready. And I'm grateful for my growth. I think from the first day at training camp to now, it has been a very big difference. Specifically from maybe about 3 weeks ago, we were emphasizing my defensive game, and it could have been better. So my goal this second half is to play better defense, and I think this was a game that really showed what I've been trying to do better. So I'm just proud to grow, and I want to keep growing.
Is there anyone in particular who's been helping you with that? I mean, I know everybody helps you with that, right? But anyone in particular you've been working with on that?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Drew is definitely a main one for me. He does my workouts, and definitely Coach Latoya. She's, defensive coverages and all that. And I feel comfortable talking to them and asking them questions. And I think they've done a really good job of helping me grow that part of my game.
Slim, coming to you. The past couple games, you and Julie have been starting alongside each other, and you've been able to move off the ball some. And just curious, how that kind of pairing looks to you, how you feel like you've been able to play with Julie, and what it's been like being able to shift off the ball maybe a little bit more.
I love it. I love it. Just having that opportunity to kind of get off the ball. I make a joke that it's a different type of conditioning to be a primary ball handler and a two-way player at the same time. So to guard the ball 94 feet and bring the ball 94 feet, I love the fact that I can give that ball to Julie and catch my breath coming down the court. I'm not going to lie. We actually spoke about it before the game where I was like, I like that. I like that shit. For lack of a better expression. I love it. When E came to us and told me, like, hey, I'm gonna start Julie and I'm gonna put you on the wing, I was like, yes. But I didn't want to look too happy, But all jokes aside, I think it was a great addition to our just lineups that we already have. So kudos to E, kudos to the staff, kudos to Julie for adapting to that role. And shout out to us. Oh my gosh, your battery's running low on the PC. Better wrap it up.
Okay, let's just do one more question, Tyler. Battery's running low. Make it good.
Hey, Slim. Hey, Emily. Slim, just a few from me. With you working yourself back into the fold here, how do you feel? Talking to you. How do you
What'd
feel?
You say, Tyler? I'm so sorry.
You're good. How do you feel like you're integrating into the process, playing with Julie more, playing with some of these players that you haven't had much experience with, Steph? How do you feel like that process is going as a whole?
I think it's going good. I think it's going really good. And we haven't had a lot of practice time, but coaches have really, really pushed the ideal of like really, really taking care of the minutes and the hours that we get together on that court in practice, because that's where we're able to figure it out, offensively and defensively with all the different components. The coaches challenged us these last couple of practices where we get in for an hour, but we're literally like trying to figure out the things that we're messing up on in the game. And it gets frustrating, it gets ugly. But by the end of practice, we figure it out. Like we take on the challenge and we do these things to be able to take what we put in practice on the court and the things that you see, the ugly and the bad and the great and the good. Like we go through it all.
And I know you're a goal-setting type of person. I'm curious, maybe in the scope of tonight too, what are maybe some of the benchmarks that you've set up for yourself in this final now 11, 10 game stretch this season?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Tyler. It's been a hell of a year, a hell of a season. I think